Schwab tires. I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
We're not here to take part, we're here to take over.
I am the beast.
Can you believe it? We are just 21 days away from the district tournaments. Every team in the state of Washington has set their eyes on the postseason. While a lot of teams will make the districts, there'll be some that'll be left on the outside looking in tonight. It's Western Conference 4A boys basketball between the Lake Stevens Vikings and the Jackson Timberwolves. Today's game brought to you by Adrenaline Fundraising, Airfield Espresso, by American Family Insurance, Bickford Ford, Fred's Rivertown Ale House, Gene Johnson Plumbing, GS Heating, Cooling, and Electric. McDaniel's Do It Best by Monster Energy Drink and by U.S. Navy Recruiting and the U.S. Marines. We come to you live from the Jackson High School Gymnasium in Mill Creek. Hello, everybody. Alongside Sean Ryan, I'm Tom Lafferty. So, Sean, I'm setting up our Caraccio radio gear last night for the Jackson Lake Stevens girls game in Lake Stevens. I'm chatting with Corey Gibb, head girls coach here at Jackson. He said, I got something interesting today. It seems that the Wesco 4A is getting 3 instead of 4 berths into the district tournament. That changes everything.
Yeah, and we were talking about it a bit before the broadcast, and it just makes every single game important. It's like you mentioned, had a bad shooting night. Well, now we'd have no cushion, and we have no margin for error. So I'm really pumped. You know, we got a great game tonight, probably a little more star power on Jackson, a little more balanced scoring on Lake Stevens, but should be a great game.
Coming into this Friday night game, Jackson is 1-2 in league play, including a 53-49 loss to Glacier Peak on Wednesday night over at GP. The Timberwolves won here at home a week ago, beating Kamiak by 20. Jackson is 8-3 overall. Lake Stevens is 2-0 in Wesco 4A play with wins over Kamiak by 13 and a real nail-biter last Saturday, 64-63 over Glacier Peak. So Jackson is 8-3, or Lake Stevens is 8-3 overall. We talked about the big attraction in the gym last week, Silas Williams of the Jackson Timberwolves. He had 39 of Jackson's 49 points in the loss to GP. What that says to me is he didn't have any help.
No, and and we've talked about it before. He can move the ball, he can get assists. Clearly, he hits the boards every night, and he's going to get his points. But yeah, Jackson's big thing is you need that second, third, even fourth option. You got to sprinkle in 11, 10, 9 points, and then hit some timely shots, especially when you're in rhythm and you have open looks.
They're giving the starting lineups. Let's give you the starting lineups. Alex Iverson's Lake Stevens Vikings. They'll start Maddox Prater, a 6-foot senior. Marshall Adams, a 6'3 senior. Tyson Iman, a 6'6 senior. Javon McFerrin, a 6'5 junior. And Isaac Redford, all-state football players playing basketball, a 6'1 senior. Jackson, Caden Sproul, a 6'4 senior. Harris Campy, a 6'3 senior. Trey Hawkins, a 6-foot junior. Silas Williams, a 6'7 senior. And Ryan McFerrin, a 6'7 junior. Those are the starters for Steve Johnson and the Jackson Timberwolves. We'll come back with tonight's opening tip-off and game action right here on STSPN. Stay with us. From the Jackson High School Gymnasium in Mill Creek, it's a boys 4A Western Conference matchup between the Lake Stevens Vikings and the Jackson Timberwolves. We're set to go. The officials, John McInnes is the referee. He's got the basketball. Shane Day and C.J. Freeman are the umpires, and we're set to go. It'll be Silas Williams in the middle, jumping up against Javon McFerrin. The ball's in the air, and we are underway at Jackson High School in Mill Creek. The Timberwolves and the white jerseys moving to our left, and right away we've got a 3-ball on the way that won't go. That was a miss by Jackson, by Harris Campy, and it's going to be controlled here by Lake Stevens. The Vikings in the number 1 slot right now, the number 1 line coming out of the Western Conference 4A. Only 3 go from a league of only 5 teams, 8 league games. Lake Stevens down low looking for Redford, can't handle it, out of bounds. Scoreless, just underway, 32 seconds in. Coach Steve Johnson just said, post up?
Yeah. Help yourself.
Please help yourself and help us. So Jackson with it. See if they post up this time. As they swing it to Caden Sproul. That's Williams. Campy looking down low. Yeah, over the back. Yep. They're going to get Tyson Iman for the foul. That's his first team foul.
It's a soft foul, but you just got to know better. Just keep him in front of you. If he gets the ball, just play good D, move your feet.
Looking to throw it in at the baseline. Jackson will retain possession here with a fresh 30 on the shot clock. Harris Campy bounces to Williams. Back to the basket, turn, face, fire. Nope, hit the
that went out.
Basket support. I think that went out. They didn't see it. Back out for Campy. He drains the 3.
It didn't go out, and the ball went.
Yeah, apparently not. Got Kim Stewart down here doing stats with us as well tonight. What a better way to spend a Friday night. That's a beautiful shot. That is Marshall Adams who drains it. And so we are tied for the first time.
Picture perfect form on it, too.
It's a 3-3 tie, a pair of threes on each end, and then a putback here, up and in for Jackson. That is Ryan McFerrin. Back to the lead for the Jackson Timberwolves. Dribble in, no. Rebound controlled by Sproul, up the floor. Campy in the corner, faked once, goes in, a little closer, and puts it up and in.
Good pump fake, way to move his feet, got to his spot, nice shot.
Now Jackson with it. They're in the black uniforms moving to our right. Redford got hit from behind. Well, they'll hand it off. Give it to Prater, top of the key, looking down low, 10 to shoot. Prater again, 6 to shoot now. He'll dribble through the paint area and gets fouled on the way down there.
Kind of got bailed out. Lake Stevens on that possession. A lot of standing around the perimeter, a lot of one-on-ones. I hope they get some movement.
Harris Campy picks up the foul. His first personal, first team. That's Maddox Prater at the free throw line for the Vikings, and the first one will not go. And Prater will get another. Got that one. Makes it a 7-4 ball game. Now here come the Timberwolves on their home floor in the white uniforms. It's Caden Sproul. Silas Williams had 39 out of the 49 points the other night. His running jumper won't go, but Sproul grabs the board. Campy, no. Another rebound. Williams. Sproul, reload, refire, no. Same result.
Nope, got hit.
And then the rebound. It's got to rinse, repeat. Missed that one.
He just, seriously, when they talk about the Windex and cleaning the boards, Silas is just all over. The guy's an animal.
Yeah. So inbound here, baseline for Jackson. Sproul, foul line.
And if you're Lake Stevens, you gotta find a man and box out.
Here is Harris Campy. Puts it up and in, and then sloppy on the inbounds. and Maddox Prater stepped over the line, stepped back, and that's not going to work. And it's a 6-point lead for the Jackson Timberwolves on their home floor tonight against Lake Stevens. And Jackson retains. To Williams. Campy again, his runner. No, he's got another board. Campy gets his own rebound. Ball went out of bounds, though. Last touch by Redford, who's trying to fire up his teammates. Like, come on, guys, let's try to see if we can get a rebound.
He's not shy about shooting, and he's hitting shots.
You can shoot all night if they go in. Williams. Decided not to take the shot. Goes down to Williams this time. He'll bank it up. It won't go. Who's got it? A couple of Vikings were fighting each other. It's Redford quickly out of backcourt. Isaac Redford, coast to coast, won't go. Blocked, and he was out of bounds when he came right back down with it. I don't know. I liked Redford taking it the whole way. Sometimes you say he's got to pass it off. No, I'll take it.
If no one picks up ball, I'm going to go as far as I can.
Yeah. 10-4 lead for Jackson on their home floor.
Although I will say you do need to be cautious, because if Silas Williams is coming from behind, he's going to have a block party.
That's true. Here's a fadeaway jumper. That won't go. Missed by Javon McFerrin. We haven't been on this end of the floor very much. It's been Jackson with misses and offensive rebounds.
No.
What are they going to call a block? They're going to call a block.
A little embellishment.
Thank you.
You know, though, they're working so hard to try and get a defensive rebound. That's why he's trying to get bailed out with a quick, offensive foul.
Redford with the foul, first personal, third team foul on Lake. Wesco 4A boys basketball in Mill Creek tonight. The runner by Campy, no. Who's got it? Finally, Williams gets it, puts it back. He can't do it. Maybe it's been partially blocked. Another putback by Campy won't go. Another rebound down. This turnaround jumper, that won't go. Ooh. And finally, McFerrin. And then now a technical foul. I think it's going to be on Iman.
I don't think he meant to do that. I think, you know what I mean?
I didn't see what he did.
So the ball comes down and he's kind of getting hit. The ref blew a foul, and as he's blowing the foul, he just threw an elbow, caught him in the chest.
The player, not the official.
Yeah, the player.
Okay,
Player,
he didn't hit John McGinnis.
Yeah, no. Hawkins, number 3 on Jackson, he caught him in the chest.
All right.
Even Hawkins laughed a little bit like, yeah, that was kind of a cheap one. But
So that'll put Silas Williams at the free throw line. The foul is on Sproul, his first. And then the technical is on.
That's on Tyson Iman.
Yeah, that's his second personal foul, fourth team foul.
And right after he got called for it, he looked at his coach. He said, my bad. It's like, okay, yeah, we can live with that. As long as you know that you shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah. First free throw by Williams is good. Opens up a 7-point lead. Jackson has led from the outset. Next one rattles and drops, and it will be good. And it'll be 12-4, an 8-point lead for Jackson.
You know, if I'm Lake Stevens, I'm thinking about going to a zone. I'm not having much success with man, and they're definitely getting multiple looks for second chance opportunities.
We'll see what they do on this possession. No timeout called by Alex Iverson to change up the defense. Working at left side is Max Bossi. Now to Sproul, Caden Sproul out. Williams, open three, bang!
Great pass.
I keep waiting for a timeout here by Lake Stevens, by Alex Iverson. He hasn't called one yet. It's an 11-point lead for Jackson here with 3:20 to play in the opening quarter. Now finally Lake Stevens can set up some offense here. Going in, that'll work. Maddox Prater, and a timeout called by Lake Stevens. Will step aside. 3:12 to play in the first quarter of action. It's a Jackson Timberwolves 15 and the Lake Stevens Vikings 6. Back with more from Mill Creek right after this. Sean Ryan, it's been all Jackson so far here, up by, what are they up by? 9 points.
I would love to know the rebounding totals right now because it's definitely a landslide victory for Jackson at the moment. Good D.
That's Isaac Redford playing defense. And they're going to call a block foul here. It's going to be out of bounds. They're going to call him for the blocking foul, though. Isaac Redford, as we mentioned, had 8 interceptions during the state championship football season.
That's just an athlete right there.
That's right.
Just an athlete.
Yeah.
Probably might just go run track, too, while he's at it, kill it there.
He does, by the way. And Lake Stevens won the state track meet last year in the 4A.
Yeah, not shocked.
Yeah. Jackson basketball, 5 team fouls on Lake Stevens. We're inside 3 minutes to play, opening quarter. It's a 9-point lead for the Timberwolves on their home floor, 15 to shoot. They dump it down the corner to Campy. He'll pull up, shoot, short. And Marshall Adams grabs the rebound for Lake Stevens. Maddox Prater directing traffic. Now steps back, shoots, misses. Williams, another rebound. He'll bring it himself. Out of backcourt, turn, move. Oh,
yep,
they're going to call a jump ball. Good, no foul called. Good defense there by Mackay Hunter.
I like Silas pushing the tempo, but it's just a little out of control. You know what I mean? He got all the way down there, and then then you pick up your dribble, and that's when the problems start.
15-6 score, 2:20 to play. First quarter at Jackson. Maddox Prater changes direction, goes to the baseline. Swings it in the corner for a 3. Won't go. Marshall Adams with the miss. And the rebound controlled by Jackson. A couple of subs out on the floor, including our player of the game from a week ago. Here's a little rolling hook up and in. Good by Ryan McFerrin. And it's back to an 11-point lead at 17-6. Pull-up jumper from 14. Won't go. Missed by Prater. Long down the floor. Campy with the lay-in up and good.
Obviously, Jackson's getting out and trying to
the other night to Glacier Peak. And as we mentioned, every loss, every win is just like doubly important now with only 3 teams going out of the league into the district tournament. Shot on the way over the back. It won't go. It's going to be a miss there by Javon McFerrin. Grabbed by Silas Williams. He'll give it off to Mason Johnson up and in. Mason Johansson with the bucket.
Left hand, young man.
In with the left, and it's a 15-point lead. Jackson's built up a 15-point lead. We're now inside 1 minute to play here in the quarter.
There you go.
Little runner up and in for Maddox Prater for Lake
Stevens.
Stevens.
You got to get a stop at some point.
Yeah.
Well, and then they are, but then you also got to get the rebound, which might be harder than getting the stop.
That's right. That's Ty Hale. He up fake, brought Prater off his feet. Give it off to Johansson. He goes in. Excuse me, McFerrin. McFerrin with the bucket there. 23-8, 15-point lead. That's Maddox Prater. Now dribbling right side. Easton Gosser rifles a pass down low. They're fighting for it. And a reach-in foul is going to be called. I think they're going to get Ryan McFerrin. Yeah, we'll get the reach-in foul. His first personal, 4th team foul. Now out of bounds baseline, fresh 30 on the shot. Actually, the shot clock's dead. 16 seconds to go in the first quarter. Prater will throw it in. Out to Adams. Getting instructions from Alex Iverson, first-year head coach at Lake Stevens. Down to 7, down to 6. Prater with it. No look pass down low, laying up good. Nicely done. Easton Gosser with the bucket. And we come to the end of this first quarter and our score. 23-10. The Jackson Timberwolves lead the Lake Stevens Vikings. Back with the second quarter right here on STSPN.com.
SWCC is an acronym, and it stands for Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewman.
You know, you can stand across from the guy and say, you know what, he's got your back. And, you know, that's the guy you're counting on. If something goes wrong, he's going to be there.
We fight for each other.
This is Witch Doctor requesting immediate hot extract.
Here on the team, about 22 of us on the boat. You know them personally, so you know exactly whose life you have in your hands.
Everyone's come together, and everyone's sole mission is to do their job individually as best they can to benefit everyone else in the boat.
I got a brotherhood, and it's a real brotherhood, and it's a loyal and honest brotherhood, and that's what matters.
Welcome back. Harris Campy with 10 points, 10 of the 23 for the Timberwolves. And it's a 23-10 lead, and here we go. Jackson will have it on the alternating possession. They're in the white uniforms at home tonight.
Lake Stevens comes out in his zone.
Here's Ty Hale, won't go. Grabbing the rebound is Redford. Quick outlet pass up the floor to Adams. To Iman, back to Adams, shoots, top of the key. That three won't go. Hit the support beam of the basket. It's always strange here because the construction is they've got that one pipe that comes over. You don't get that. Sometimes you get a high bounce.
Yeah, exactly.
And you don't get it when it hits.
They missed one down here, which turned into a three ball at the beginning of the game for Jackson.
So give it over to Jackson. Timberwolves with it. To Hale. Going with Silas Williams and a bunch of subs in there now. That's all you need. You only need Silas. Puts in a.
Where is he on the court? I'm going to find
It was a three ball. 26-10. The lead is now 16. Jackson's biggest lead of the contest. That's Isaac Redford to Gosser, and a steal. Taken away, grabbed by Jackson. Mason Johansson in, lay in, no. Ty Hale, shortest guy on the floor, had an offensive rebound, it wouldn't go. Out of back court comes Iman, goes in, knocks over Williams, and they're going to call him for the offensive foul. Williams parked there.
Yeah.
He put it in park, he turned it off, he put out on the flashers, he was there.
Well, and I don't watch as much high school basketball, so I was like, oh, he's in the circle, and I was like, oh, no, that doesn't matter.
There's no circle on the floor, which I think there should be in high school ball.
Sure, yeah.
So offensive foul is going to be called. That's on Tyson Iman, his third personal foul. Ouch. Yeah. Hale looked at a three. They will take, he said, let's give it to Logan. He'll shoot it. Logan Udi with the shot. It's 29-10. It's a 19-point lead for Jackson. I did not see this coming.
No.
Jackson or Lake Stevens just can't find a shot that'll go in except for that one. Easton Gosser puts it up and in.
The minute you say something, it goes the other way.
Well, it's the offensive rebounds that are just killing.
Yeah.
And then the early offense there with a bucket, Murphy Blackburn with it, and it's 31-12.
I mean, if you're Lake Stevens, you got plenty of time.
Sure.
Oh, my. Oh, my.
A miss there by Adams. Back up and one. And a foul called, and that's going to put Isaac Redford to the free throw line. And Murphy Blackburn picks up the foul, his first fifth team foul.
So as I was saying, Lake Stevens, you have plenty of time, but to your point, yeah, at some point you got to get a stop and you got to grab a rebound.
Isaac Redford. Free throw is good. Our Tuesday night game, Stanwood and Everett. Everett was up by 13 and lost by 8. We had a 21-point swing. And that was after Everett scored 29 points in the third quarter.
Jeez.
Here's Ty Hale. Stanwood put the clamps down. It was stops on each end, though. You got to get a stop, and then you got to score. Yeah. Here's Silas Williams. Lost the handle. Goes over to Blackburn. He'll go in, off the window and in, and one. Count it for Murphy Blackburn. The foul's called underneath. It's going to be on on Easton Gosser. Gosser picks up his first personal foul. 7th team foul, so bonus time now. This will be one anyway to complete the three-point play. And give Jackson a 19-point lead. He does. Kind of a flat shot, but hey, it goes through.
They don't ask how, they ask how many.
That's right. Silas puts his self on the bench. And so it's all substitutes in there now running for Steve Johnson. Backdoor to Gosser. Out to the top side, 3 ball, rims off, no good. Missed there by McFerrin. Quickly down they come.
Oh, yeah, he's traveled. I saw that from here.
Yeah, the turnover on Jackson, one of the few they've had in this ball game. They're leading at 34-15, a 19-point lead.
Yeah, and Lake Stevens, better movement on that last possession. I think you need more of that. They're having nice back cuts, but they're not confident with the ball. I think they need to be a little more, whoever has possession needs to be a little, I don't know.
Down low they go. A couple of little spin moves, a miss by McFerrin. I'm just realizing we have a McFerrin on each team, but spelled differently. Pull up by Campy, no. There's a rebound here for the Lake Stevens Vikings underneath. They're going to call it for an offense. It was either going to be a travel or an offensive foul, and Redford's going to pick up his 3rd personal foul. Isaac Redford. And we're getting the you can't do that from a sizable crowd differential for the Jackson Timberwolves here on their home floor. And so Redford sits with 3 personals, 8th team foul. And now it's Jackson basketball leading at 34-15. Rims off, no good. A miss by Trey Hawkins, grabbed by Lake Stevens. Vikings out of backcourt. Max Bossi with it. Foul call. Shane Day will make the call coming into front court. And it will be on Trey Hawkins. A 6-foot junior picks up the foul. That's his 1st personal foul. And 6 team fouls. And Lake Stevens in the black and gold. They're really purple and gold, but they're wearing black and gold. Pull-up jumper, that won't go. Max Bossi with a miss. Put back, though, up and in. Easton Gosser, he got an offensive rebound and the bucket.
And Lake Stevens, they're getting good shots. They're just not making them. I mean, you don't really need to change a lot on the offensive end.
Double score, 34-17. Going in is Johansson. Blackburn. Blackburn with the miss. Then a foul coming out of backcourt. Everybody's on the run, and C.J. Freeman saw a foul in there.
It's always funny when you just got about 6 guys right next to each other just running into each other like a bunch of bumper cars.
And somehow the official finds somebody to call a foul on.
He goes, I'm just going to grab a number. I hope he's not in foul trouble.
Ryan McFerrin will be the one. He's got 2. And that's a 7th team foul, so 1-1 here. First one good by Maddox Prater, and he will get another. Lake Stevens has won 5 games in a row. They've beaten Anacortes, Ferndale, Cascade, and then in league play, Kamiak and Glacier Peak. Next free throw, no good. And they play tomorrow against Gig Harbor at Gig Harbor High School. That's a drive for a 5 o'clock ball game on a Saturday. It's a makeup from during the, we can still say it, Christmas vacation.
Yeah.
On the top of the key, he's swinging around. Campy now to Silas, 8-7 to shoot. Corner jumper, no, won't go for Max Bossi. Rebound controlled by Lake Stevens. Easton Gosser, I thought he was going to elevate for the 3, didn't. Maddox Prater gets a screen set there by McFerrin. Now to Gosser, foul line jumper, no, back up, yes. Mackay Hunter with the bucket off the offensive rebound. It's now a 14-point lead. Coming up on 3 minutes of play here in the second quarter. Here is Campy. Now to back out for Silas. Williams miss. Another rebound by Lake Stevens. So now suddenly some of these shots aren't falling for Jackson. Easton Gosser with a 3 that won't go.
I don't like that look. I don't like that. You've had a couple good possessions in a row. You come down and just tee up a 3 with nobody in the paint to rebound.
Trey Hawkins with it. Dribble drive along the baseline. Scoops one up, won't go, gets fouled. Ryan McFerrin's a 6'7" junior. Foul called here. It's going to be whistled on Max Bossi. 6-foot senior picks up his first personal foul. That's the 9th team foul. And that'll send Trey Hawkins to the free throw line for the T-Wolves. Nope. Makai Hunter with the rebound. That's Maddox Prater. Deep in the corner is Bossi again.
Ooh.
Now to Adams. Loses the defender and gets fouled on the way down there. I think it's number 0. It is. And it's going to be Caden Sproul who will pick up the foul. Second personal foul. Team foul 8. And free throws here. First one good.
Play hard. Play hard.
Adams will get another. Easton Gosser checks back in. Ty Hale back in. Gosser for Lake Stevens. Hale for Jackson. Steve Johnson wants another sub in. That'll be Mason Johansson who checks in. Takes a good while at the line, but that's okay.
Yeah.
If you can hit them both, that's good. Marshall Adams puts it in, 34-22. So now down to 12 points. You'd like it by maybe 10 or less, I would think, by half.
Yeah, about 10 would be nice.
How about Silas Williams? He says, "Well, not yet. I'm going to put 2 back up on the board."
And Jackson needed that. They hadn't had a bucket in a while.
Here's Gosser, corner jumper, 3 on the way, good. Javon McFerrin for the Vikings makes it 36-25. It's an 11-point lead.
And that was a tough shot. Contested right there in his face, and he just hit it.
And if you're Lake Stevens, you'll trade 2s for 3s. How about Harris Campy? Will he add a 3? Yeah, he says, yeah, here's your 2 and your 3.
We haven't said his name in a while. I was getting worried he wasn't out there.
Yeah, here's your 2 as he buries a 3 ball. It's 39-25. Gosser was on his way down there, but he was impeded on Silas Williams. That's his first personal foul. How come the stars never get fouls? You ever notice that?
Yeah, right?
You get this deep in the game, everybody else got 3 and 4 fouls, and you go, first. What?
Yeah.
Well, because he's not reaching.
No.
He's moving his feet.
Yeah, and he's playing a lot of offense.
Easton Gosser clunks that off the back of the iron, but the rebound back down on Prater for 3. No. Kept alive by Lake Stevens, but grabbed by Silas Williams. Ty Hale. Hale has it. 19 to shoot. We're inside a minute to play in the first half.
Very active hands from Lake Stevens all night.
That's Sproul. No, on the floor. Tie up.
Okay,
Wrestling
chill out,
match.
Guys, chill out.
It's a jump ball and a 2-point takedown.
Well, we already had a tech earlier. It's like,
right.
guys, once they blow the whistle, you just let it go.
Yeah. Of course, Lake Stevens, the home of umpteen state championships in wrestling, but different sport, different night, different playing surface. 43.6 to go. They call all this was just a jump ball, right? I kept thinking there was going to be a foul. No, it was just a jump ball. Alternating possession goes to Lake. Down by 14 now. See what they do with this possession. With a fresh 30 on the shot clock. Prater brings it up. To Gosser, his fadeaway.
A good tip.
16-footer went 15 feet.
Okay.
Yeah. Alex Iverson, the head coach, thinks it got tipped.
But
I felt like it did too.
yeah.
I think he's not going to.
Call that home cooking.
Yeah, he's not going to get that call. Yeah, I'm not sure. So Jackson with it, leading by 14, 20 seconds to play, 16 to shoot.
Yeah, this is smart. Yeah, hold for the last shot. Don't even give him a chance.
about a 1 second differential here, down to 9 to shoot. That's Hale, down to 6. That's Silas, 5. That's Campy, yes. Harris Campy with 1 second. Long shot, Mackay Hunter won't go. We have reached halftime, and our score, 42-25, with the Jackson Timberwolves on their home floor leading the Lake Stevens Vikings. Coming up, we'll take a look at the first half numbers and second half coming up, and thanks for being with us. Tom Lafferty along with Sean Ryan. 42-25 at the half. The Jackson Timberwolves leading the Lake Stevens Vikings. Back with more from Jackson High School after this timeout.
Come with us. The new generation. The next level. Sending it big.
You're in for a good run. Let's go.
Come with us to the track, to the trails, to the slopes, to the surf, to the fight, to the race. Look at this! To the 4 a.m. starts, training harder, pushing further, hitting back, hard. To the fans, to the followers, and the haters. Come with us to the blood, to the sweat, and the broken bones. Cue rehab. We never quit. We never give up. We take control. To the world titles. To the world's first. The world's best.
UFC strawweight champion.
Come with us. We're just getting started.
It's going to be so much fun, I promise you.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
We at Gene Johnson are here and ready to help with our touch-free service. Being clean and safe are at the top of our minds. We're using gloves, masks, shoe covers, and lots of hand sanitizer. Our software allows us to get your approval without any physical contact. We hope you don't need us, but if you do, we're ready. Gene Johnson, clean, on time, and professional.
You have to be a good individual first before you can be a good team player. I know for a fact how bad Hell Week is. I went through it a couple times. It's probably the most brutal military training anybody can go through. So everybody to my left and everybody to my right, they've been through this. So I know mentally, these individuals are extremely hard. And when stuff gets bad and, in any situation, I know these guys have my back.
SWCC is an acronym, and it stands for Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewman.
You can stand across from the guy and say, you know what, he's got your back, and that's the guy you're counting on. If something goes wrong, he's going to be there.
In the end,
we're fighting for each other.
Wolfpack, this is Witch Doctor requesting immediate hot extract. Take it on.
Here on team, about 22 of us on the boat. You know them personally, so you know exactly whose life you have in your hands.
Everyone's come together and everyone's sole mission is to do their job individually as best they can to benefit everyone else on the boats.
I got a brotherhood, and it's a real brotherhood, and it's a loyal and honest brotherhood, and that's what matters.
Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
Come with us. The new generation. The next level. Sending it big.
You're in for a good run. Let's go.
Come with us to the track, to the trails, to the slopes, to the surf, to the fight, to the race.
Look at this!
To the 4 a.m. starts, training harder, pushing further, hitting back, hard.
I never turn on you, I get that gang on you. You better pray for it, I put that thing on you. You ever play with it?
To the fans, to the followers, and the haters.
But it doesn't matter.
Come with us to the blood, to the sweat, and the broken bones. You rehab. We never quit. We never give up. We take control. To the world titles. To the world's first. The world's best.
UFC strawweight champion.
Come with us. We're just getting started.
It's going to be so much fun. I promise you.
Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
And welcome back here. We're at halftime, 42-25. The Jackson Timberwolves with the lead over the Lake Stevens Vikings. For Jackson, they're led in scoring by the 16 points of Harris Campy, 10 points for Silas Williams, 6 then for McFerrin. For the Lake Stevens Vikings, led in scoring by the 6 points of Maddox Prater. And he's the only one that's got Adams has got 5, and Easton was 6. He's got 3 2-pointers. So
I was going to say Easton. He has a nice smooth stroke, and he's really good about getting to his spots in the mid-range game. I love that.
So you wonder what adjustments will be made here for Lake Stevens, because they're down big, down by 17 points.
I have a feeling it's get stops and grab rebounds.
Yeah, block out and get a rebound.
Find a man, put a shoulder on him.
Jackson's got the lead. They've got the ball. We start the second half. Homestanding Jackson Timberwolves in the white jerseys moving to our right, down, back cut, and the lay-in is up and good. Ryan McFerrin with the bucket. And it's out to 44-25, 19-point lead. That didn't help the cause for Lake Stevens unless they can get one here. It's kind of a bad pass. As it was a good idea there for a little bounce pass by Isaac Redford, but I don't think Marshall Adams knew it was coming. And it went out of bounds. So turnover right back to Jackson, and a double dribble by Jackson. And Caden Sproul kind of looks questioningly at John McGinnis.
Well, his facial expression was my facial expression. I said, what did I miss?
Lake Stevens now. Maddox Prater brings it up. That's Javon McFerrin back to the basket. Hyman has been a little bit quiet tonight.
Good
bounce it underneath. Going in, McFerrin can't hit the lay-in. Reverse lay-in, a miss. Foul called on the rebound. I think Caden Sproul just had that same look at John McGinnis. Now you're calling me for a foul? Yeah. Well, it is going to be on Sproul.
And that shot from Lake Stevens, I think that's the story of the game. They've had open looks. They've had good looks. They're just not making them. And then when you don't make shots and you're not getting second chance opportunities, you're going to be down 19 points.
Sproul picks up his third personal. He goes to the bench. Inbound here to McFerrin, no. Rebound grabbed down by Jackson, taken down by McFerrin, the other McFerrin. Different spelling, by the way.
Yeah.
Dribbling in. Hawkins lost the handle on it, then gets a bad bounce pass.
Who has
and then
it?
there still has it. Nobody wants it. Finally, Maddox Prater says, I'll take it. And he'll shovel it over to Redford, who can't hit it. He gets the rebound, no, and he gets fouled on the way in.
And he's lucky. I thought he almost traveled, too. He was close on that pump fake.
Hawkins picks up the foul for Jackson. That's his first personal foul, second team foul of the second half.
Well, when Lake Stevens starts making their easy shots, this game will help. This game will be a lot better for them.
First free throw good for Redford. He got fouled in the act of shooting, and so he will get another shot coming up here.
And Redford has been the bright spot on the rebounding for Lake Stevens.
Well, he's unafraid.
Yeah. Well, he also has 3 fouls, so he's got to be careful, too.
Missed the free throw, and Jackson brings it down. Hawkins out for a 3.
Oh.
The bank was open, but then the putback by Williams. The miss by McFerrin. Williams, Johnny on the spot, Silas on the spot, goes in, gets the rebound, put it back up and in. Opens up now a 20-point lead, biggest lead of the game. Spin move, no, by Redford. Williams with the rebound.
$1 million move, 10-cent finish.
That's right. We're going to have a foul called here on Maddox Prater.
I don't know how. I feel like I'm in the twilight zone with the refs tonight. I don't know what I'm watching.
And you're a referee.
And I'm a referee. Yeah, that's the worst part about it.
Soccer. Yeah. Here's a. So Jackson, Williams. Oh, they're going to call him for the offensive foul. They're going to say he did the old reach around.
Kind of feel like that's a bailout for the last one that Lake Stevens, caught it and got fouled, and then for some reason the foul was on him. So
you've never done that as an official, a make-up? Yes.
Just ask me at the end of the game if it's all even. That's what I say.
So here comes Lake Stevens down by 20. We've been kind of stuck at 20 here.
Indeed.
And a steal, basket, no, foul, or a follow-up, yes, by Harris Campy. The first one by Hawkins, he got the steal and the missed bucket, and Campy follows and puts it in, makes it a 22-point ball game. As Jackson continues to equal and extend their biggest lead.
Maddox Prater, he was frustrated. He gives up one. That leads to 2, gets the ball back, almost gets another offensive foul, and then pushes it down and just out of control. Lake Stevens needs to slow down, get a stop, and get another good look.
They haven't been listening to you.
No, they don't like
to go down
me.
there.
Yeah.
Down there on the bench. Hey, coach, move over. Scooch over.
Yeah. We got timeouts to use, too.
Here's a 3. Good.
That's
Mason
a tough
Johansson.
shot.
How do you defend that?
You don't.
You don't. No. You just say, hey, good job.
You take it out of bounds. That's what you do.
Yeah. 25-point lead. Timeout called by Alex Iverson of Lake Stevens. We step aside with 5:13 to go in the third quarter. 51-26. The Timberwolves lead the Vikings. Back with more after this.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years. They are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
It's like a loot machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loot machine.
Thanks for being with us here on this Friday night from Mill Creek. Tom Lafferty along with Sean Ryan. Kim Stewart's on the book tonight for the second week in a row. Watching the Jackson Timberwolves leading the Lake Stevens Vikings 51-26. Coming up on 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. And Lake Stevens in the black uniforms with the basketball. And Isaac Redford will shoot, miss, and shoots an air ball, and Ryan McFerrin picks it out of midair. That's the easiest rebound he'll ever get. Lands right in his hands. Here's Hawkins. That was a tough shot. It wouldn't go. Tried to get his own rebound. Back down, then knocked out. Redford it's got a motor.
Wow.
As he kept it alive, gives it off to Prater. Little stutter step, blocked by Campy. Prater gets it back, give it to Redford in amongst the tree. There was 4 guys in white shirts surrounding Isaac Redford. He put up an air ball, and it'll be controlled by Jackson. Hawkins brings it into front court for the Timberwolves.
It's a smart decision. Slow it down. It's a little out of control on both ends of the floor. Let's get a good shot.
Williams, he traveled. Yeah, he did.
He switched pivots?
I think he switched pivot.
Okay.
Pivot foots. I was going to say pivot
I was
feet.
going to say he was moving.
Yeah.
He looked good moving.
Yeah, a couple of. I think Steve Johnson was going to argue, and then one of his assistant coaches says, "Yeah, I think he did."
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll have a seat right here. So here comes Easton Gosser. Now to Adams. Looking down below, off the fingertips and out of bounds. Mekhi Hunter can't handle it, and Jackson will take it. Now we're getting the Butterfingers chant. That's just mean.
Yeah.
25-point lead. For Jackson, they have the basketball. Silas Williams, no. Who's got it? I think just about everybody touched it, and they're going to say last touch by Jackson. It'll be Lake Stevens' ball.
I think that came off McFerrin.
Yeah. Ty Hale checks back in. He takes the place. Harris Campy, actually, Trey Hawkins goes to the bench. Now Lake with it. Marshall Adams looking. They were looking for a Hunter. Knocked out of bounds there by Johansson. So Lake will throw it in at the baseline. 20 to shoot. 3:35 to go in the third quarter. Outside shot on the way. Thought it was going to go. It wouldn't. Adams missed. Scrap for the rebound, won by who else? Silas Williams. Give it to Hale. Calls the play with the right hand. Finds the screen. Open. Campy. No. Prater rebound. Here comes Lake. Great little stutter move by Prater. In the corner. Open three on the way. Bang. Down it goes. For Lake Stevens, Max Bossy drains it. 22-point lead. 3 minutes of play. Third quarter. That's Hale. It was a good shot. It wouldn't go. Gosser grabs the board. Lake Stevens with it.
Keep moving. Yeah, there you go.
Dribbling in for a scoop. I'm not sure that's the shot you want there. A little pull-up 5-footer would have been nice, but it didn't happen. Jackson will reload there. He got hit as he let go of the basketball, but no call. Campy with the miss, and Prater grabs the rebound, and Vikings with it. And he'll stand on the logo. That Adams. Little spin move, cross court. Prater, yeah, they're going to call for that. Lower the shoulder. Lower the shoulder, put out the elbow. He's arguing with John McGinnis. That's the call. Maybe we can see that one again.
Yes, I don't know. Maddox has been frustrated, especially in the second half. He just needs to take a breath, calm down, and just play basketball.
Lead is 22. And Hale brings it up for Jackson. Oh, ball knocked away. Give the steal to Max Bossy, knocked it away. Bossy gets it, a little give and go feed, laying up good. And the blocking foul is going to be called. One shot coming up here. Nice ball movement there.
And Lake Stevens, active hands all night long.
If they had active shooting, that would help. They just haven't been able to. Marshall Adams tried to get the old-fashioned three-point play at the foul line. Lead is 20. Puts it in. That is Marshall Adams and his reward is going to the bench.
Yeah, if you can get it down to about 14, I think that would help.
19 now, 2 minutes to go, third quarter. Hale. As Jackson works it around. That's Williams. He's double teamed there, puts it up, no, gets his own rebound back up and in softly.
Yeah.
That's just hands.
No,
hands.
And he's always active, a high basketball IQ. And then the other thing is Jackson love the identity. They slow it down, they get it to their best player in the post and just let him work.
Easton Gosser Tyson Iman. This is Prater, and he gets the lay-in. He thought he got fouled. Thought maybe he had an argument for that too. It's 53-34.
He needs to just play basketball and stop worrying about the officials.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
We can do that just fine from here. Three on the way. Good.
Oh, no, it's a two. Yeah.
It's a two for, that was Mason Johansson with a two.
Very sweet stroke right there.
21-point lead. Inside a minute to play in the third quarter. Prater. Stop. Pop. No. Williams thought he had it, but it was taken away from him by Maddox Prater. He gets the offensive rebound and then the bucket and then the foul, and he'll go to the free throw line. This is going to be on Mason Johansson, picks up the foul. His second personal 5-team. Maddox Prater at the free throw line. He gets the three-point play, and his reward is going to the bench. You get a three-point play, and you get to go out.
Just let me get a little break right before the fourth.
Yeah, 47 seconds. He'll be checking in, I'm sure. So it's 18 points now at 55-37. Looking for Williams underneath, knocked away from him though. Good job there by Tyson Iman. Goes a little bit too far down and got fouled.
Yeah. And Lake Stevens, you're at 6 fouls now. You're almost in the bonus. Keep going to the hole. If you're not making open shots, then you need to get fouled.
Murphy Blackburn with the foul, his second personal, 6th team foul, Sean said. That'll bring Blackburn to the bench. And Caden Sproul checks back in for Steve Johnson and the Timberwolves. As they work it around, that's Redford, goes in. His scoop lane is up and in. Around the defender and in. Shot clock is dead at 55-39.
Smart decision by Hale to pull it out, slow it down. Let's get the last shot.
He'll stand out by the center court. Down to 8, down to 7 seconds to go. Williams has it. You figure he's going to take the shot. He does. Front of the iron, no good. Tap up once, tap up twice, no good. Couple of tap-ups there by Caden Sproul, wouldn't go. We head to the fourth quarter with the Jackson Timberwolves leading the Lake Stevens Vikings 55-39. Fourth quarter coming up right here on STSPN.com. We mentioned that Lake Stevens travels to Gig Harbor tomorrow. Jackson doesn't play again until next Thursday as they host Mariner here. And we'll be here on STSPN.com and on KRKO 1380. There's a little runner that won't go, but he'll have to earn him at the free throw line.
And if I'm Lake Stevens, I'm just going to keep going to the hole. I'm either going to get fouled or hopefully a bucket, maybe a second chance opportunity. You know, they spent most of the first 3 quarters just hanging around the three-point arc, and that clearly didn't work.
Tyson Iman will shoot free throws. First one is a miss. The foul was on Ryan McFerrin, his 3rd, 7th team foul. That's the reason. Actually, he's there for 2 shots anyway. But that puts Lake Stevens into the bonus. Only 2 team fouls called against the Vikings so far in this half. Free throw is good. They were going to try to get a sub in, but they didn't. Not quite in time, so Jackson will play on. Ty Hale. Now to Williams, turn, face, and put it in.
Yeah,
that's another one. How do you stop that?
Well, and Hunter looks like he's a head shorter than him, and it's like you can't, you know, he's banging with him to not give up the position, but then he just gets to shoot over him.
17-point lead. 40 seconds into the final quarter. Iman. Little step through move. And he got fouled on the way up. And so Jackson will end with Mariner on Thursday, then at Stadium the following Saturday. So they go down to Stadium High School in Tacoma. Then Kamiak, Glacier Peak, Lake Stevens, Arlington, and Cascade with a makeup game. First one rims out, no good.
Story of the night.
That's right. Tyson Iman.
And that was Williams' 3rd. I mean, I know he's a very smart player, but if he picks up another one, that's just
17 points now. It's doable if you're Lake, but you gotta take every opportunity.
Yeah.
Including.
And I'd be hard pressed to say you can give up another 2-3 buckets.
So the free throw is good. It's 16 points, 57-41. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen now for Lake. Starts with a stop here. That's Trey Hawkins. Now to Hale. He will shoot a 3. Nope, front of the iron, no good. Rebound grabbed down by Hale. Gets it back up and in. If at first you don't succeed, try again.
Yeah.
Especially if your team gets an offensive rebound and kicks it back out to you and you're wide open.
Yeah, you got to shoot that.
A few caveats there on that one.
If you don't shoot it, coach might take you out.
That's right. 19-point lead. That may just have done it.
Oh.
Isaac
my.
Redford ran into Silas. Silas didn't even see him coming. And then we've got bodies on the floor. I'm not sure who they're going to call the foul on, but I know that they're going to call a timeout, and we're going to step aside. 6:27 to go in the game. Timberwolves 60, Vikings 41. Back with more from Mill Creek after this timeout. Well, Lake Stevens had won 5 in a row coming into this game. As we mentioned, they play at Gig Harbor tomorrow. Then they'll end with Mariner, Kamiak, Glacier Peak, Kings in a makeup game, and then Jackson and Mariner again. As they wrap up the regular season here, we head to the district tournament. Silas Williams. That's just a sweet shot.
Yeah. He said, I'm going to put this one to bed now.
Yeah, 23, or the lead is 22, 63-41. Runner, scoop, no good by Adams. Williams grabs the rebound. Little stutter step. Back out on top again. They'll just milk the clock. You got plenty of points. Take the clock off and head out into the Mill Creek night. Sproul, 8 to shoot. Hale will. It's going to be short, and it's going to be a foul called off the rebound. I think they're going to get Mackay Hunter.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
I think he was. Yeah, he was grabbing Silas, and as we know, Silas likes to work for some rebounds. So,
yeah. So only the third team foul.
And if I'm Jackson, let's just use some clock each possession, get a good shot. We're not in a rush.
That's going to be a foul called as well, as Campy took it to the baseline. Foul is going to be on Maddox Prater. And for Prater, that's his third personal, 4th team foul. Again, a fresh 30 for Jackson at the baseline. Go a little turnaround hook shot up good for Ryan McFerrin. 65-41, 24-point lead. That is now the biggest lead of the game for Jackson. Gosser. They're going to call him for the offensive foul. Yeah, they've been calling that way, and that's Ty Hale just says, I'm going to take this one right in the chin. Because he kind of, I don't think the Lake Stevens guy knew he was there.
No.
Easton Gosser called for the foul, his second personal, 5th team foul. That's Hale to Williams. Sproul back to Hale again. Back to Williams. Turn is going to be blocked out of there by Mackay Hunter. Grabbed again by Hale, down to 13 to shoot, and a foul call.
It's good execution by Jackson. You know, they keep posting Williams up. He's making good decisions. I mean, he got blocked on that one, but again, that's because he had 3 guys on him. So
Mackay Hunter picks up the foul, his second personal. 6th team foul. Redford checks back in for Hunter. Fresh 30 on the shot clock here for Jackson. I thought he dragged his pivot foot a little bit.
About 6 inches there.
McFerrin will go to the free throw line.
Hey, somebody clean up the sweat on this court.
Yeah. So that now goes to 17 fouls, so both teams now in the bonus. McFerrin goes to the free throw line for the Timberwolves. first one is good. And he will get another. That one is good. 67-41. 26-point lead.
It's a good shot.
Wouldn't go for Tyson Iman. Williams grabs another rebound, almost lazy with the pass. Ty Hale has to go and get it. Now Harris Campy out for a three. Sproul won't go.
Another offensive rebound.
Yep. Underneath to Sproul, rolling on the floor, and now finally Redford comes away with the basketball. In the corner, Adams, back to Redford again. Swing it top of the key, three, down it goes. That is Tyson Iman with the bucket, and it's 67-44, inside 4 minutes now to play in the game. Hale will try to answer, and he does with a three on the other end.
Jumped about 6 feet 2 forward as he went with it.
That's right. He left in 3 territory, landed in 2 territory. They'll give him the 3. Trying to answer on the other end. No, that was a 2 ball that wouldn't go for Iman. And the rebound controlled by Jackson. I would think we're moments away from clearing the benches here. 70-44. Williams, that 3 won't go. Rebound, Adams to Iman. They're going to call the block. Yeah. He stepped in there a little tardy. And that will put Iman to the free throw line. Remind you, the Cleats for Cancer football games, 2 of them coming up your way right here on STSPN on Monday from Pop Keeney. Steve Willits will have game 1 at 1:30, and Amp Harrell will have game 2 at 5 o'clock. That's from Pop Keeney. The Cleats for Cancer invitational football games right here at STSPN.com. Doubleheader, boys and girls, with Kamiak at Glacier Peak coming your way next Wednesday. Mark Aka will have both ends of the doubleheader. Girls at 5:40, boys at 7:15 from Glacier Peak High School. And then right back with you from here next Thursday, a radio TV simulcast. Mariner here at Jackson. That could be interesting. Like we said, it's going to be interesting this last couple of weeks of the season.
Yeah.
2 teams are going to be left out.
Yeah, and one of them is going to be a good team, and they're going to be disappointed. But, you know, it comes back to Campy almost hitting another offensive rebound.
Another offensive board up and in. Caden Sproul with the bucket, 72-46. Redford. Now to Adams. Redford at the baseline. He'll dribble in around the defender. He's got some speed too.
Yeah.
And it's up and in. Down low, off the hands of Sproul and out of bounds. Here they come.
There we go. Yeah,
the subs
students
are in.
love it.
Yeah.
So give us our guys.
Yeah. And now Alex Iverson will answer in kind, and he'll send some bench players, although he's played just about everybody on the bench. These 2 guys haven't. Luke Hack will come in. Redford will go to the bench. Who else came in? He's down there. 22. Bryson Wheat comes in for Lake. For Jackson, we'll give them to you as we go along. Also, Max Bossi back on the floor. Iman remains on the floor. He gets a dribble drive, lay-in and 1 coming up here for Iman.
Yeah, and I think if Lake Stevens could go back in time, and obviously hindsight's 20/20, I think they would attack the rim a lot more.
Yeah.
You know, instead of that first quarter, it was just very stagnant ISO ball, and then in the third and the second half, they've played a competitive game.
Coming up on 2 minutes to play, Seamus Williams is in. You can tell by the flow that's
it's beautiful.
Little brother of Silas. He
Why
puts
not?
it up and rattles it in. He gets on the scoreboard.
He said, "I'm not all looks."
That's right.
Oh,
here's a steal.
Yeah.
He gets a steal as well. He played in the JV game prior here. As Jackson with it. Seamus Williams With the right side, Logan Udi. Underneath it goes. It won't go there for Henry Johnson.
Well,
And
Seamus takes after his older brother on the boards. He said, I got it, don't worry.
He gets fouled on the way, so he will have 2 shots coming up here. And Seamus Williams at the line with 1.5 minutes to play in the game.
You know, I don't think he puts any product in there. I think that's just all natural.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the way he plays, it's brilliant.
Oh, front of the iron, no, missed it.
Shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah, that's right. And Lake Stevens will try to answer. Iman will answer with a 3.
He's got like the last 8, right?
Yeah, he's just buried a couple. 75-54, 21-point lead. Jackson's led by as much as 26 in the game. As they'll work it down to Hawkins. I think actually you take the assist away from Henry Johnson because he bounced the basketball.
Really? Oh, yeah,
you
might be right. Yeah.
Didn't go right up with it. Inside 1 minute to play. As Lake with it, Bryson Wheat stolen away. Yes, it is. Grab there for the Jackson Timberwolves. Logan Udi brings it into front court. 23 to shoot. Out for Logan, no. Front of the iron, rebound, grab down for Logan Case.
Ooh, good pass.
Down low, going in, missed the lay-in, no good for Bryson Wheat. Down to 19 seconds ago, shot clock is dead. Jackson can just take the air out of it. They're going to kind of contest the ball anyway. Now they go over to Logan Udi. And now we need to talk about our Adrenaline Fundraiser player of the game. Who do you like?
I like Campy. I know Silas did everything again,
right,
but I thought Campy, just his scoring, he was very key in that first half for getting the lead, and then Jackson just pretty much just held the lead the rest of the game.
So Harris Campy will be our Adrenaline Fundraising player of the game. We'll talk to him coming up in the postgame show. The final score here, 77 to 40 or to 54, 77-54. The final, the Jackson Timberwolves over the Lake Stevens Vikings. Stay with us. Our post-game show coming up with our player of the game right after this timeout. Final score here, 77-54. The Jackson Timberwolves over the Lake Stevens Vikings. Harris Campy is our player of the game, 18 points. How'd you feel out there?
I was feeling good. I mean, the first half, I was hitting. Second half, I didn't really get it, but, I mean, first half I had it good, so.
Hey, what was the game plan going in? Because Lake Stevens, especially in that first quarter, you guys kind of stretched that lead out. What was the game plan?
Well, we just come off a tough loss against Glacier Peak, so we just came out blazing. We just wanted to really win this. Like, we wanted to be big dogs.
Yeah, I get it.
Well, and we're finding out now only 3 teams from the Western Conference go, and you guys came in 0-2, right?
Yeah.
In league play, so it's time to get busy. You don't really have any time to take off, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we just got to keep it going,
Yeah.
And then who do they have next?
Who do you have next?
We have Mariner.
Mariner.
Yeah.
Big game.
Oh, here
yeah.
next Thursday, so you have a whole week off.
Yeah.
What do you got to work on? What does Jackson still need to work? You look pretty good tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, Mariner's definitely a really aggressive team. They really get after it, so we just have to stay in the game and not back off.
And then I got to just do the classic question. What's it like to play with Silas? Just a guy that just does everything and just seems like a great teammate.
Yeah, it takes a lot of pressure off all of the players, and once they start doubling, it gives everyone else opportunities.
Awesome.
So who comes out on game nights and watches from the stands to watch you?
My parents, my stepmoms, yeah, my sister.
Okay, so they all come every game?
Yeah, usually.
There you go. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
There you go. That's Harris Campy, our player of the game, with 18 points tonight. We owe him a shirt, Todd. We owe him a shirt, and he's going to get a picture there as well. Again, 18 points for Harris. And who was the leading scorer here, Coach? We had 13 for Tyson Iman for the Lake Stevens Vikings, 11 for Maddox Prater for the Vikings. For Jackson, 18 points. For Harris Campy, our player of the game. Silas with 19, kind of a quiet night at 19 points, 12 points for McFerrin. So what were your thoughts, Sean, on the game tonight?
You know, I think, Campy, he just said it. You know, we're 0-2. We came out guns blazing. They hit shots quickly and got stops. And then, honestly, I think the biggest thing from the game really was just the offensive rebounding.
Right.
And that's Silas. Obviously.
But it wasn't just Silas. Everybody.
No, everybody.
Like,
and that's what I mean. It starts with your star player, and if I see him working hard, grabbing rebounds. Hale took another 18 charges tonight. So whenever you're getting extra possessions, whether it be rebounding, turnovers, steals, etc., good things are going to happen. And then what impressed me the most from Jackson was just, and we talked about it, how many times do you get a big first half lead, and then there's 5 minutes to go and it's a 4-point game.
Right.
They just held it, and they had good possession after good possession.
Never had a lead change in this one. We were tied one time. 26 was the biggest lead for Jackson, and they win it tonight 77-54. Thanks to our statistician. Jason Pearson of the losing side, though, tonight, the Lake Stevens Vikings. Thanks to our statistician, Kim Stewart. Today's game produced and directed by Todd Elvig. Sarah Elvig doing all the heavy lifting down there. Sports on STSPN is sponsored by Adrenaline Fundraising, Airfield Espresso, American Family Insurance, Bickford Ford in Snohomish, by Fred's Rivertown Ale House, Gene Johnson Plumbing, GS Heating, Cooling, and Electric, McDaniels Do It Best, by Monster Energy Drink, and by U.S. Navy Recruiting and the Marines. Again, Cleats for Cancer football games coming your way. 2 of them on Martin Luther King Day on Monday at 1 o'clock and 5 o'clock. Steve Willits has the 1 o'clock game. Amp Harrell will have the 5 o'clock game coming up on Monday. Then a doubleheader of basketball. Girls at 5:40, boys at 7:15 coming your way on Wednesday. It's the the Kamiak Knights and the Glacier Peak Grizzlies. Mark Hockett has that, and we'll be back here with a radio TV doubleheader next Thursday, Mariner and Jackson. Now for Sean Ryan, I'm Tom Lafferty reminding you of tonight's final score from the Jackson High School Gymnasium in Mill Creek. It was the Jackson Timberwolves 77, the Lake Stevens Vikings 54. Good night, everybody.